Hi everybody, it's just Sarah here, and today I'm going to tell you about the 3 problems with bisexual representation in romance novels. Because that is how many I found. Just to be clear, I'm talking about romance novels as in the adult genre, not like a contemporary or a YA that focuses around a romance. I think many people understand that distinction. So I'm not talking about like Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, which is a great romance book. I'm talking about like Romancing the Duke. I'm talking about like the genre of adult romance novels, which I think is a very significant separate genre. Let's begin! Problem number 1. Men. Issue number 1 is, of the bisexual representation in romance novels, overwhelmingly, and I don't want to hear arguing on this because I have done my goddamn research, overwhelmingly bisexual characters in romance novels are men. And I don't mean like bisexual men or gay men writing their characters. I mean women writing love interests who are bisexual. And it feels like to me, for the purpose of having eventually your female protagonist have sex with not just 1, but 2 men. Now, I don't want to say that there's something wrong with this. I mean, there is, but hear me out. I have a problem criticizing too heavily anything within a romance or erotica kind of genre, because if it's for the purpose of kink or sexual interest, people are into what they're into, and you can have content for that. And that's okay. Like, if women want to write about gay men because they're into that, is it going to be the best representation of gay or bisexual men? No, it's not. Is it going to be super hot? Probably. If this were in another genre, I would feel differently. But it's not. This is about sexual interest. So, just keep that in mind. But, big old juicy butt here. Why is it all bisexual men just for ladies to fantasize about? You know, that's the problem. Why is that the majority? Problem number 2. The new virgin. Women who are bisexual in romance novels, from my experience, are predominantly a plot device. And the plot device is a woman who's worldly, who's had experience. She's not young, she's not naive, because many romance readers are past that. Bisexual women is a new way to present this shitty trope. It's, yeah, they've been around, yeah, they're world-weary, they're experienced, they're not young, but they've never had sex with a man. And therefore, there's a different kind of virginity at play here. And there's a different kind of first experience. And it's shitty to me to use bisexuality in that way. Now, again, should this never be written? No. It's romance, and people are gonna write what they're into. I get it. And I get why some people would be into the virgin trope. I'm not, but it's written for a reason, and it's because people enjoy reading that. And that is fine. I'm not here to shame those people, because that's a thing. But, should there be better bi representation? there should be. Anyway. Problem number 3. There's just not enough. Problem 3, my last problem with bisexual representation in romance novels is that there's not fucking enough. Overwhelmingly, lesbian representation is far smaller than heterosexual representation in romance novels, which could have, I mean, I'm sure it has to do with the demographic, that's fine, but, you know, if you make the product, people will probably show up for it. Anyway, so my last issue is just, there should be more. It's so hard to criticize the representation when overwhelmingly there just isn't that much. Anyway, that's my 3 problems with bisexuality as represented in the romance genre. Now, just to end all of this, I do want to say, are there exceptions to all of these rules? Yeah. Are they hard to find? Yes. So hard to find. I'm not joking that I had to spend hours researching. I watched YouTube videos, looked at Goodreads reviews, scoured lists of books by lesbian and bisexual romance authors, scoured lists that were pre-made, and I could not find anything, could not find much that was not problematic in some ways. Last note, I'm not going to call out I'm not going to accuse anyone of the things that I've talked about here, because there are tons of books that are guilty of all this stuff, or one or more of these things on varying levels, but I'm not one to say that those are wrong. At the end of the day, the issue is that there aren't alternatives. At the end of the day, the issue is that when I go to find bisexual representation, I find one of these issues before I find any healthy or even just enjoyable representation. That's all I got. Anyway, those are my problems. I'll see you next time when maybe I'm more sober.